Hey guys, welcome back to the workshop. Today we're going to be modifying a scroll saw blade clamp that I picked up off of Amazon to fit on one of my two Delta 16-inch scroll saws. I've already done this to one of them and it worked out real good and it made for quick and easy blade changes. So we're going to do it to the other scroll saw. So let's head over to the scroll saws and I'm going to show you the setup that I currently have, and then we're going to modify this piece to fit on my scroll saw I use to cut out thicker stock. Here are the two Delta scroll saws out here in the workshop. This is the one you will see me using mostly in my videos. It is a variable speed scroll saw. If you can see this, I've already got one of these clamps that I got at an earlier time modified, and it's in here, and it's really good for quick blade changes. This scroll saw is the older scroll saw. It is a 2-speed Delta scroll saw. I have it set up to cut up thicker stock, like the backboards to a lot of my projects and stuff like that. But I'm going to take this blade clamp off and I'm going to show it to y'all in detail up close, and then we're going to get to modifying this blade clamp so we can get it on to this scroll saw for quicker blade changes. This is my current upper blade clamp on my thick cutting scroll saw. I believe this was called the Delta Quick Set Blade Change. You just pop this lever back, put the blade in the slot, pull the lever back down where it would clamp the blade down, put the tension on and start scrolling. This was a great system. I used it for many years. Eventually the original bolt that come with it, it was black, but that bolt broke from just years of opening and closing, and I had the idea to put just a regular little nut and bolt through it. So that works, but after time and again just multiple open and closing, it does this to the bolt. You can see where it's bent it, and you just have to keep changing these little nuts and bolts out. So I finally ordered the other blade clamp that I'm using. This is the one I'm using on my main scroll saw that I use. It's a real neat blade clamp. You turn the knob here and the slot opens to accept the blade. You put the blade in, you twist it to clamp it tight, put the tension on, and go. It's a very quick blade change system. I like it. You can see where I modified it, which is what we're going to be doing to the new one I bought here, and we're going to go do that here in a second. I had to grind down this because this does not go to a Delta scroll saw. I kind of customized it and modified it to fit the Delta scroll saw. So let's head over to the bench grinder and we're going to do the new one like this and get the sides here grinded down so we can get it into the slot that holds the blade clamp assembly. Over here on the bench grinder, we are going to start by slowly removing material on both sides of the top of the blade clamp. You will see me here going back and forth between the grinder and the scroll saw because I don't want too loose a fit in that slot. If you have a very loose fit, it will be hard to keep your blade square to the table. You just want a semi-loose fit to where it's not rubbing against the other metal, but I'm just taking my time going back and forth between the grinder and the scroll saw. Here I am contouring it to remove any sharp edges, and I highly recommend that if you do this and take this route of modifying, to wear gloves when grinding the piece down because that piece gets extremely hot. Here is the blade clamp all grinded down over at the grinder, nice and shiny. Now it'll fit in this slot. So what we're going to do is take the pin that holds it, I'm going to slide it into this slot and line it up, and there you go. So now this scroll saw is just like my other one. One thing I will point out, hopefully y'all can see that, but the blade is actually, a standard scroll saw blade is actually too long for this, so something real simple and quick to do is just take a pair of pliers here, and we're just going to snip off not even a 1/4 inch off the end of the blade, and what it'll do is go right in there comfortably. I'm going to tighten that down. Apply tension, check it, and give it a test run. Awesome. I think that turned out real good. Both of my scroll saws are now equipped with that nice blade clamp. I'm really excited about having the same blade clamp on both of my scroll saws now, so that's a real great addition. I hope y'all enjoyed how I did that and went about modifying that to customize it and fit my scroll saw. Feel free to try that if you want to. I'm not as comfortable on a bench grinder as most, so just take your time with it. It is a very powerful tool. I think that is all for this video. Thank you for all my subscribers. I'm right at or at 150 subscribers, and that is just a blessing. You have no idea how much that humbles me. Please keep in mind that my YouTube page and this channel will not be strictly woodworking. I have other interests and ideas that I hope to share with this channel and my subscribers and everyone out there. But as always, please like, share, subscribe, take care, and as always, God bless.